my coach used to say in college, it's go time.
It definitely is. The race for the presidential seat is entering its final weeks, and today is a key deadline for voters.
You have until midnight tonight to register. We're live this morning at the County Operations Center.
Today, we are here to sound the alarm.
County health officials sound the alarm about our case rate as local businesses brace for what could come next.
And this morning, we're talking about what you can do to try to make sure that that case rate stays down.
Don't mind me, just chilling in the cemetery. That's because it's October, officially haunt season.
Jenny takes us to what some call one of the most haunted spots in San Diego. You are up with News 8. I tell you, it is looking spooky around town here, isn't it?
I love it.
Just even over the weekend, all the decorations going up.
I love this time of the year, and I'm really enjoying everyone's creativity. So if you have some videos, photos, please share them with us. We'll have all that information, how you can do it. It's really simple.
You ever drive behind one of those cars that has like the arm hanging out the back?
And somebody always falls for it.
I know.
You know, like the videos that you see online.
I wonder how many times the police are called about that.
I know.
Someone's got a body in the trunk.
At least it's feeling like fall weather-wise now. I'm so enjoying these cooler temps. I know a lot of people are, Ned. I know you're tracking more of where that is coming from.
Yeah, it's getting cooler out there. One of our neighbors has a big, scary clown, and it says free hugs. No, do not go there. No mask or anything either. Good morning, everybody. Look at this view, Mount Woodson looking out towards the east. How pretty is that? All these cool colors coming up as we wait for that sun to come on up. And yeah, clear conditions east of our mountains, but most of the county right now waking up to cloud coverage. A marine layer is here, and that's a sign of this change, this cooling that we're going to experience throughout the week. Temperatures closer to normal today, still about 4 to 5 degrees above normal, but we'll see them continue to drop. Gradual cooling is happening, and then we're also watching for a system that's already formed up there north in Canada, and it's expected to bring us some light showers here by this weekend. Jenny.
So it's not too bad traffic-wise. Good morning to you, 6:02 on the dot here. I want to take you way to the east here, Dehesa Road. It looks like we've got reports of some flooding, some high standing water. So because of that, single lane is blocked right at Sloan Canyon Road. From there, I want to give you some good news. I've been mentioning that crash on the 15 northbound after Scripps Poway. It is gone. The shoulder that was blocked, the lane that was blocked, everything's backed open, and your travel times are fine. Here on the 805 traveling southbound near the 5, that fast lane still blocked. Just a little bit of debris. Other than that, your travel times look awesome.
A new CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows President Trump trailing the former Vice President Joe Biden in Wisconsin. State President Trump narrowly won in 2016. He also is trailing Biden in Arizona.
But there is still plenty of time for the race to heat up as we are still just 2 weeks away from Election Day. News 8's Evan Irani is live with a key deadline for voters today. Good morning, Evan.
Good morning, Stella and Eric. A lot of competitive races are kind of coming down to the wire as polls continue up until Election Day. And tonight is a very important deadline in that 2020 election race. So tonight is the deadline to register online to vote if you have not already registered in San Diego County. Millions have already received their ballots, and a lot of those people have already sent their already completed ballots in, whether that be by a Dropbox location or postmarked. And the important thing that the county registrar has said is that it is greatly appreciated. If you have your ballot already, if you already filled it out, send it in early, get it in on time, and make sure that you've done everything you need to by the deadlines. If you have not voted yet and have not received your ballot, then you may need to check your voter registration status. And again, today will be that last day, that final day to register in San Diego County online. Take a listen to what that registrar had to say.
If you want to participate in this election, tomorrow is the registration deadline. Don't wait until after the deadline to participate, because again, what that does is just create more time for you, more time for individuals that need to participate, potentially long lines on Election Day, as well as the days leading up to it, long lines here.
So that's Michael Vu. That was as he spoke to us yesterday. He's the county registrar and says that while you have the option to turn in your ballot or vote on the day of the election, their offices greatly appreciate those who get their ballots in early. So this year is definitely one for the books in that case. More than 27 million have already submitted their ballots across the country. That's more than 6 times the number that have voted at this time in 2016. Now, this deadline does not only apply to those who have never registered to vote before. You'll also have to follow the deadline for midnight tonight if you're registered in another county besides San Diego and want to switch to San Diego County. So that deadline is also tonight. It also applies to anyone who has changed their name in the last 4 years and needs to have an accurate ID with them or a voter registration under their current name. So you'll need to go to that website. You can also do so and check your registration period if you want to register, or just check your registration. The website is sdvote.com. You can also go to our website, that's cbs8.com, and click on the help button. We have more information and resources for you to ensure that you've got your votes ready and you're ready to participate in this upcoming election. Again, less than 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks officially before Election Day. Stella and Eric, back over to you.
Yeah, you got to get ready. And if you do have any questions about voting this year, we want to help. You can text your questions to 858-571-8888 and watch News 8 through Election Day as we try to answer as many of them as we can. As we get to the campaign trail here, the presidential candidates are hitting the battleground states hard, hoping to flip them.
Yeah, with just 15 days until November 3rd, more than 28 million ballots have been cast by mail or in person so far. And today, the president is making a West Coast visit. He's headed to Arizona. He's expected to give 2 speeches, one in Prescott, another in Tucson. On Sunday, he made a rare stop here in California, visiting Newport Beach for a private fundraiser. Afterward, he flew to Reno for a rally. Meanwhile, the Biden campaign is focusing on Florida. His running mate, Senator Kamala Harris, she'll be heading to Orlando and Jacksonville to campaign. Biden appeared Sunday at a drive-in rally in North Carolina. Both candidates pled with crowds over the handling of the coronavirus.
He'll listen to the scientists. If I listened totally to the scientists, we would right now have a country that would be in a massive depression.
This guy's gone around the bend if he thinks we turned the corner. Turn the corner. Things are getting worse.
The 2 candidates face off in their final presidential debate. That's coming up this Thursday. And new this morning, we have passed 40 million coronavirus cases. That's according to Johns Hopkins University. The actual figure is likely to be far higher, as many people have had no symptoms. And tomorrow we find out whether our county is on course for the most restrictive tier. Officials are reporting 373 new coronavirus cases out of more than 12,000 tests. That's a positive rate of about 3%. No additional deaths were reported. One new community outbreak was reported at a business for a total of 32 in the last week. Now, all this means that our county is still in the red tier with a case rate of 6.8. But that all could change. News 8's Chris Groh has more on the threat of moving into more of restrictive tier and how all that works. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Stella. And look, this can all be very confusing, so we're trying to break this down and make it as simple for those of you at home as possible, because it could have a wide range of impacts, not only on us, but also small businesses. But we can all do our part here. So as you mentioned, right now, our adjusted case rate is at 6.8%. And so when you take a look at the tiers, that puts us in that red tier, which is where we are right now as you take a look at your screen. But the county officials are worried that with the case rate per 100,000 going up, we could potentially be qualified for that purple tier. So this is the way that it would work. Our raw case rate right now is above 7%, but that adjusted case rate, that 6.8%, that's getting credit for the amount of tests that we have done. But even still, again, the county is worried that that number will creep past 7% potentially by Tuesday. Now, what would happen then if that adjusted case rate is above 7% by Tuesday? A 7-day countdown starts. After those 7 days, if we are still above 7% with that adjusted case rate, then we would move to the purple tier. And that purple tier means that indoor operations for gyms, restaurants, and other businesses will have to close. It also has a number of impacts in other sectors as well. Now, Supervisor Nathan Fletcher, he's been sounding the alarm here, trying to warn San Diegans that they need to do their part in order to try to keep that adjusted case rate down.
So those folks who are mocking the efforts, that might make you feel good, but it certainly isn't going to feel good for our small businesses when they're impacted by your actions.
And so, again, tomorrow we find out what our adjusted case rate will be. Again, that number above 7%, that countdown will start. Eric and Stella.
Chris, thanks for breaking that down. Appreciate it. Help is hopefully on the way here for those financially struggling amid the pandemic. Today, the Senate is returning from recess, which means negotiations resume between the White House and Democrats over a new coronavirus relief package. Yesterday, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi set a 48-hour deadline to work out their differences or wait until after the election. Both sides are willing to spend around $2 trillion, but there are disputes over how to use that money. On Wednesday, Senate Republicans are expected to vote on a $500 billion bill that lacks Democratic support. Let's check in with Netta now here on a Monday. It was such a lovely weekend. Let's hope those temps are sticking around the rest of the week here.
Yeah, I really hope everyone had a chance to get outside a little bit. We counted 5 times. That's how many times we went to the beach between Saturday and Sunday. I couldn't resist. It was so pretty, and you know, fall in San Diego means less crowds, which is really nice. Temperature-wise, we're going to continue to see these numbers moving on down, so it won't be as hot this week. Certainly nowhere near as hot as that heat wave we experienced yesterday. Here's a view of the catamaran, and yes, we do have overcast skies coming in from the coastline, so that marine layer is out, not necessarily all the way through our inland communities. We're not seeing it east of our mountains, but noticing the cloud coverage, all just showing that things have shifted. Our wind direction's changing. We're not noticing that offshore flow. Here's the view from Mount Soledad all the way south, and you can see those twinkling lights, so that does mean visibility not impacted as much out there. We're not looking at patchy fog really for most of the county, although in Fallbrook seems to be a trouble spot there with some of the clouds hanging low at ground level. Visibility there down to 1.3 miles. This is a view of really just that change in our weather. Relative humidity numbers are way up there in the 90s for a lot of you this morning, so it may feel a little muggy out there. You may have to straighten the hair a few more times today just to try to handle that, but we are seeing all of this a sign that that coastal cooler air is going to be pushed on in, and that's also why our moisture is moving on up. Let's send it over to Jenny now.
You know, it's been consistently quiet this morning, I would say, but then again, I've only been here for about 45 minutes or so we'll see if that changes. Dehesa Road, single lane is blocked right near Sloan Canyon Road. It looks like there's some high standing water, some flooding in the area, not sure from what, but because of that, just a single lane is blocked, so it's not a full closure or anything like that. Crash-wise, I do not see anything major right now. Anything I had was on the 15 up north, and it's gone. So here on the 805 traveling southbound near the 5, it looks like that fast lane is blocked. There is a little bit of debris in the road. I'm not sure what it is, but it is blocking a single lane. Travel time-wise, everything to the south looks okay. Looks like the Silver Strand has a little bit of volume. Everything up to the north at 612 looks okay.
Okay, Jenny, thank you. Next, new information in the search for 2 people who shot a man outside of a smoke shop. And San Diegans now among those in California eligible for financial help following this season's wildfires. Plus this. Fans go wild as the 2020 World Series is now set. What's next ahead?